Hello and welcome everyone to another episode of GameVortex. I'm Vitali and today we are talking about gigantic leak that happened at Foxconn, which also starts to point to some of the rumors being true and maybe some of them actually being false. That's what we're going to be discussing today. First of all, what I wanted to do is apologize if you hear a lot of noise like cars passing by. It's because I'm not really at my home right now. So outside with my gear very close to the main road. So anyway, let's talk about it. Now the NeoGAF poster, Mew Mew, whatever it's called, basically translated statements from Foxconn sketch artists. Now a lot of people say don't really believe whatever comes out from Foxconn, but to be honest, they're starting to have a pretty good fucking track record because they leaked a lot of stuff about the PS4 Pro, including the design, which people managed to replicate basically based on what they were saying. So a lot of the rumors that came out before now seems to be more and more confirmed, and some of them actually positive, some of them got me very excited, but some of them actually got me pretty scared. So I'm gonna read the whole post to you that came out. I apologize because it's been translated from Chinese language to English, probably by a non-English person as well, like maybe a Chinese person or something like that. So the grammar is a bit off here, so it's quite difficult to understand. But anyway, stick with me. So here we go. He said, I can translate the original post here, brackets are in the comments. Okay, NX is a console handheld hybrid. We know that already, right? Because everything points to that. It's detachable. I mean, probably what he means that it's basically console and dock and everything else, including controllers. He carries on saying it contains the console itself, with whatever that might be, but I think that's a tablet. A performance module, which I think that's a dock, but I'm not sure. And the handheld gamepad. Basically one or two, the ones that we've seen in a pattern that snapped on the side. Carrying on, the console, I think it is supposed to be a dock, I'll call it a dock from now on, contains hard disk drive, HDD, cartridge slot and various other interfaces. It supports TV output, but it has no CPU or GPU in it. The performance module is a portable device that provides power supply. It contains a lithium-ion battery, CPU and GPU also is contained inside. It supports Bluetooth, Wi-Fi and wired connections. You plug the dock inside and it becomes a PS4/Xbox One-like console. But you can also transfer the signal to the handheld, like remote play. Now this shit gets really confusing. Anyway, we'll get back to it later. There are two candidates for SoC system on the chip, basically. GPU and CPU on one chip. Pascal SoC from NVIDIA and AMD R9 SoC from ATI, or not in this case, in AMD. The handheld part, which is a tablet, is a 6-inch 720p screen and has a low TDP SoC. So basically it's got a built-in processor in that tablet, but it's much less powerful than the ones that is contained in that performance module, which can satisfy basic operations with lower quality graphics when performance module is not connected. It can also display game graphics from the performance module, which can provide a console level graphics, a bit like NVIDIA Shield streaming. You can bring the performance module with you portably since it's got its own battery. Now this is very interesting. Additional info. Whatever the solution will be, the computing power it has falls far behind PS4, let alone PS4 Pro. Don't have high hopes for that. The selling point for that is high portability and hybrid, providing rich gameplay possibilities. If the details don't get revealed in October, then maybe we will wait until the beginning of the next year. I welcome you guys, blah, 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 blah. So, a lot of interesting things here, a lot of scary things, a lot of exciting things, and at the same time, there's also something that doesn't make any sense, and I'm calling it a bullshit on one point. So let's break it down together with you here. Now, first of all, what confuses me, before we thought it's going to be a dock that is at home that connects to your TV, which we thought is not portable. Then basically a tablet and also two one or two controllers that attach to the actual tablet. Now, from what he is saying, there's supposed to be a console, controller, dock, and some kind of a performance module. That seems like a lot of things, and I wonder how the build quality is going to be, if it's going to be flimsy or not, and what if you drop it, the whole thing probably shatters like a Lego. And anyway, so let's go on. So it said there will be a dock, right? The console itself is a dock, but it contains hard disk drive. I wonder if it's an SSD one, or is it a proper HDD, because it also says that it's got its own battery, so you can actually take it out as well to make your NX more powerful on the go. But then if it's got a full-blown HDD inside, like what the hell the size of that thing is gonna be. Anyway, and cartridge slot, which I think that it's gonna have a new NX cartridge, and I think it will support a 3DS cartridge as well, because that was my prediction before. That's what I've heard from my sources. And the dock doesn't have the CPU and GPU, which is like, okay, so the dock has cartridges, various interfaces, and HDD. I guess this thing plugs into your TV, but also has something else inside. Anyway, the performance module, like, what the hell is this? Seems like there's a third module now. So performance module is basically a portable device that provides power supply. It's got its own battery. It's got a CPU, GPU, which is also contained inside. It supports Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, yeah, we understand that, and wired connections. Well, I hope that the tablet itself supports that too. You plug the dock inside. What do you mean, the dock? He was just referring to the dock before, now he switched to portable, like, power, whatever the fuck that is, performance module, and now he's saying that you plug the dock inside and it becomes a PS. Okay, so basically, from what I understand, there is a dock and there's a performance module. So the dock itself only has like various interfaces, cartridges and shit like that, and it's connected to your TV. That thing is not portable. So what is portable is this performance module that you can also plug in the dock, and then you are left with your handheld in your hands, right, and a controller. So you can either remote play to that with the console like graphics, right, from the dock and performance module that is next to your TV, or what you can do is basically take the thing, right, yeah, like remote play, he said. It gives you the same kind of experience like a PS4 and Xbox One. What I also heard is that you will be able to slide that tablet inside there. Not only that it charges, but it combines the power of the performance module and the CPU GPU combo that is inside the actual tablet, and then you can detach those controllers and play on the TV. So now we're going to the most important thing here. There are two candidates for system on a chip. So they're either going with Pascal SoC or an NVIDIA R9 SoC. Okay, so what does that mean for us? Well, a lot of people are saying, like, first of all, it's too late to be deciding on this. They are releasing the console in March or close to March, and right now is almost October. They're supposed to start talking about this shit. They're supposed to get people excited. They're supposed to start ramping up the marketing, showing off the games, showing off the console and everything to keep people going, because if they just carry on waiting until the beginning of next year, like, it's gonna be too late. It's going to be too late to do anything. Otherwise, it will suffer the same fate as the previous console, the fucking Wii U. So they need to start coming out right now and saying it. I was actually thinking that they're gonna do it in September, but I'm still having my hopes. I can predict from someone that I've heard that it's gonna happen in October. Okay, so he said it's a bit like NVIDIA Shield streaming. So you have your dock and your performance module plugged in next to your TV, and you stream shit to your tablet, which is pretty much like a Wii U, I guess, with this thing. Or you can also put the screen inside there and just take out the controllers and play on the TV. Now, what is interesting here is that, let's go to the screen on the tablet. It's a 6-inch 720p screen, so that works out approximately about 240 ppi, pixel density per inch, which isn't a lot, to be honest, but I'm okay with that. I mean, of course, 1080p screen would have been much nicer, because we're all living, like, every phone already has a 2K screen. So this could be due to the fact that they want to keep the cost down, and they also want to keep the battery down. Like, battery life should be quite good considering that the screen is low powered. And so this is what it is. And it also says that it's got a low TDP SoC. So basically what it means, there is some kind of a low powered processor inside that tablet which can only give you like a basic operations with lower quality graphics when performance module not connected. Now this performance module that you're supposed to plug in the dock, you can take it out, it's got its own battery in there, and you can slide it into your basically in your tablet, and that thing pretty much can give you the power of a console, home console, basically on the go. And it's got its own battery, and the tablet's got its own battery, which gets even more confusing now. I'm not entirely sure that this is true. I don't think that I'm calling it bullshit on this one, because I don't really see how Nintendo wants people to carry basically a tablet that you need to charge, a fucking performance module that you need to charge, and the controllers as well, because everything is detachable. I mean, how is it all gonna look like? I don't know. So now we're going on to this last thing, and I disagree with some of the people, like guy from the Review Tech USA was saying before. What I'm interested here, it said that whatever the solution will be, the computing power will still fall far behind PS4, let alone PS4 Pro. So don't have high hopes for that. That's what he said. What is curious here is that he said that there are two candidates, the prototype, one running on Pascal SoC, which, if you look at Tegra rumors that we heard before, we keep hearing that it was like running Tegra. AMD wasn't even there. I mean, it was in the beginning, but then it all got scrapped. Basically, I think they already decided, because if they haven't decided, they're going to be late, and they're going to release the console, it's going to flop. What is interesting here is that it doesn't seem to be running Tegra X1, because Tegra X1 is not a Pascal-based architecture. This clearly points to Tegra X2, which hasn't really been publicly announced, but everybody knows that they exist because it was a PowerPoint presentation leaked before. What is interesting is that the previous Tegra X1 had about 1 teraflop of computational power, which puts it more powerful than PS3 and Xbox 360, and slightly underpowered compared to the Xbox One and especially PS4. Now, if the Pascal SoC they're talking about here is a Tegra X2, I expect it for it to be on par with original PS4 and the basically Xbox One. And this if that's true, this is gonna be a must-buy gadget for me. This is what gets me excited, because Sony promised with their fucking Vita the console quality gaming, yet the Vita is so far behind in terms of specs and graphics. If I can have a real console-like quality gaming, if I can take a Zelda from my TV, I don't mind if I have to carry this fucking performance module with me and have exactly the same experience on my portable screen. Though I wish they had a 1080p at least screen for 6 inches. Would have been nice to have that higher density, and OLED screen would have been perfect, but then this whole thing would probably be super fucking expensive. Anyway, I would happily pay $400 or $500 for it if it would be that. So Pascal, yes, that's what I want to see. AMD's R9, I'm not sure about that, because Pascal seems to be a far superior architecture at the moment, at least. So that would put it around 1.8, maybe closer to 2 teraflops, hopefully, and this would be a game changer. It would actually probably make Sony considering making a hybrid of a solution like this at some point. So there we have it, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. These are all the rumors we have today. Please subscribe to this channel, help me grow, support me. If you can, click the like button, share the video, leave the comments below. What do you think the NX will be? Are you excited from hearing these rumors? And most importantly, what would a perfect NX be like for you? But don't forget that it's Nintendo, so they do pull out some weird shit most of the time. So you have to take that with a grain of salt. All the dreams that we have. For me, it would be just a hybrid console like they have with close to PS4 power, just to, even with the dock, whatever the hell, you can combine it all together and basically give me a nice screen, which it's not gonna happen, it's Nintendo, and obviously great games. That's what the most important thing about it, because if it's gonna be very close to power of the PS4, at least the third party publishers will support this console, because without them it's gonna have pretty much the same future as the Wii U. So there we go. Thank you very much for watching, ladies and gentlemen, and I'll see you on the next episode of Game Vortex.